I like Mike.
I like Mike.
I like Mike.
I like Mike.
And the next president of the United States, Mike Bloomberg.
Mike Bloomberg knows how to get it done. I'm out.
Nashville, welcome to the stage, Monse Molina.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming out. Woo! So, my name is Montserrat Molina, and I am one of 700,000 proud DACA recipients in the United States. Thank you. Yes. In December of 2019, I graduated from Lipscomb University with my Bachelor of Arts in Pre-Law. And thank y'all. And I hope to one day fight with and for people like me. Because although DACA recipients have many benefits, we deserve more. Yes, yes. It is no secret that the Trump administration has made immigrants look like a plague in this country. And we must not let them continue to do that. We must not believe the lies they spread. So this election, we cannot afford to stand on the sidelines. We must go out and vote, and we do not let your vote go to waste. We've witnessed what can happen when we do that, and we're witnessing it right now. So most importantly, vote. Don't let your vote go to waste. Do it for future generations, for yourself, and go early vote and help me turn Tennessee blue. Woo! Yes. And now we're about to welcome Davidson County political icon, Howard Gentry. Woo!
Hey, how's everybody? Thank you, Monse. Well, good evening. And we got a tremendous turnout. I saw you before I got up here. I can't see a thing, but I see Mike Bloomberg right in front of me, 2020. I want to thank you all for being here, but I really want to thank a person that's been traveling all over this state with his team. And they have been touching the people of this state, and that is the man who actually knows our issues, has worked with our issues, and knows what we need, and that's Mike Bloomberg. He's been a mayor, a businessman. He is a philanthropist. And as a mayor, I know him. He was mayor when I was vice mayor of Nashville, Tennessee. And we got to go to New York and see a lot of the things that they were doing. And a lot of the things that we do here in Nashville is a result of the models that he made. He's a businessman, but more than that, he's a philanthropist. And if you want to know where his heart is, follow his hundreds and millions of dollars that he gives to education, to women's causes, to health care, to poverty issues, to criminal justice issues. He is the man who is going to get out here and meet everybody and get people to vote for him. And this is especially important today because early voting started today. How many of you all have already voted? All right, well, if you haven't, you got to get out there because early voting here will continue until the 25th. And if you haven't gotten out there, get your friends out there because we can bank the votes. And as a person who has run for many offices, I know that early voting is very important. Now, I have the pleasure of introducing a gentleman that is one of the chairs or co-chairs of Mr. Bloomberg's 2020 election campaign. This man is so powerful, so tough, that he has been the mayor in South Carolina for 3 terms. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Columbia, South Carolina for 3 terms. This last term, and I'm slowing it down because I want y'all to hear this, he won with no votes. Nobody ran against him. Nobody even signed up to run against him. Nobody registered. Now, there's been a rumor going around that there's some people that feel like they have South Carolina in the bag. They do. But how does Mike Bloomberg get the man who's been the first African-American mayor in Columbia, South Carolina, who has had 3 terms, and he's so powerful, so respected, that nobody even registered to run against him? How does he get him to get on his team? And also there have been some rumors in South Carolina that say that there are certain groups that are going to support them, and they've got it in the bag. Well, I'm going to tell you something. This man represents those groups, and he's here today with Mike Bloomberg. And so today, y'all, let's give him a Nashville, Tennessee, huge round of applause, and let's welcome Mayor Steve Benjamin.
If you could only see how amazing this crowd looks. I want to thank God for giving each and every one of us traveling mercies through this rainstorm to get here tonight, but I do want to assure you that you are in the right place. If you came looking for a change of leadership at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, then you're in the right place. If you came looking for competency and decency and vision and integrity restored to the White House, you're in the right place. If you believe in your heart of hearts, like I believe, that this is the greatest democratic nation in the history of the world, you're in the right place. If you believe that this country is a country of immigrants that came over in the Mayflower, through Ellis Island, through the painful Middle Passage, and still, yes, across the Rio Grande, then you're in the right place. And if you just came to send Donald Trump back to Mar-a-Lago, then you're in the right place. And I have the incredible honor of introducing you to the man that will get it done. My friend and our next president of these United States, Mike Bloomberg.
Well, hello, Nashville. How's everyone doing? This is some crowd, and thank you for the nice weather outside. I needed a bath, and it was good. Let me first thank Howard Gentry for his kind words, and also Steve Benjamin. And I'm glad both of them gave me the introduction that I wrote for them. That was really nice. Our campaign is building momentum because the message is resonating all across the country. And just look at the crowd that we have here. I was before in Chattanooga. We had a room for 500 people. After that got filled, we had a backup room for another 300. That got filled. And when I got there were 200 people standing out in the pouring rain waiting. I felt better. Let me thank Monsi for our campaign team and Howard for all his work building a strong future for Nashville. And Steve, thank you for everything you do. Steve is, you should know, the co-chair of the campaign. And he has just been unbelievable how much time he spends going around and introducing me. And I just follow him. I do what he says. It seems easy. Anyways, it's great to be back here in Nashville. I was here a couple months ago. And there are a number of friends that came up today to say hello that I see up in New York. So it feels like old home week for me. This is one of the first cities that I visited when I launched my campaign a couple months ago. And since then, I have been to 60 cities and 25 states. But there's something I've been missing ever since I left Nashville. Goo-goo clusters. Who knew? I will try to take care of that today. And over our last 2 months, our campaign really has been working very hard to spread the message all across this state. I'm going to Winston-Salem after this. The other candidates, they spend all their time in a couple of states that I wanted to enter, but I got too late to go there. But it's let me go around to all these other states. And so in the end, it turned out.
Mike bragged about terrorizing inner city youth.
Okay.
He increased up in growth.
Okay, thank you. That's all right. Thank you. Now, I just wanted to thank him for making me feel like I was at home. But we've spent the last couple of years, last year camped out in a couple of the early primary states, the other candidates have. But I've been here and I've been able to go to all these states, including Tennessee, and it's been great. I think this campaign needs less hot air and a lot more hot chicken, but I'm working on that. And I'm running a national campaign because that's what it's going to take to win this election. And I want to be very clear about why I am here in this race. I am running to defeat Donald Trump. And I am running to try to restore honor to our government and build a country that we will be proud of. And to start getting things done, and to start putting the word united back in the United States of America. Now, this is a national emergency, and if we have 4 more years, the current occupant of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, I don't know how we're going to recover. So I think the stakes couldn't be higher. We just have to find a ways to defeat Donald Trump by appealing to the broadest coalition possible of Americans of all backgrounds and all parties to stand shoulder to shoulder. And the way to defeat Trump is with workable, sensible solutions to our biggest challenges. And you should know I'm a New Yorker, and so's Donald. I'm not afraid of Donald Trump. Donald Trump's afraid of me. And together, we are going to get it done. If you go back to the 2016 Democratic Convention in Philadelphia, I warned back then that Donald was not fit for office. Actually, I think I called him a con man, but I'm not sure of that. But in 2018, I worked to help flip the House from red to blue, and that made Pelosi the Speaker and allowed her to take Congress and start holding Trump responsible for what he's done. But since the Republican Senate did not have the courage to remove the president from office, it is up to us to do it this November. Now, I got into this race 11 weeks ago because I was deeply concerned that Donald Trump was on track to win the election, and I just could not sit by and let that happen. And our campaign has been getting a great response all over America. We are running a campaign for change, a campaign for sanity, a campaign for honesty and for inclusion and compassion and human decency. Now, in last week's debate in New Hampshire, the moderator asked a question from a voter from right here in Nashville. And that person wanted to know why any of the candidates would be better able than Michael Bloomberg to attract the voters we need to beat Donald Trump. It was a great question. No, I didn't plant it. But not one of them had an answer. So just let me tell you why I believe I'm the best candidate to take Donald Trump on and to win. To start, I have workable and achievable plans to deal with all of the toughest challenges facing this country, and we will get them done. And that's the message we need in order to win over voters from all over the country and to beat Trump in the swing states that will decide this election. Because we all know Donald Trump's strategy: attack Democrats, make their plans look unrealistic, unaffordable, and undoable, but that's not going to work against me, because I offer a record of getting things done and common sense plans, and that's what voters want, and we need a nominee who can deliver it. But I will say that's not all we need to win, because let's face it, Donald Trump is the world's biggest schoolyard bully with no respect for civility, decency, facts, or honesty. And our party needs a candidate who can go toe-to-toe with him and take the fight to him. Just think about the past few weeks. The president has been insulting the Democratic candidates. He does that a lot. When you can't defend your record on health care or wages or the environment, I guess you resort to insults. Well, Donald Trump's insults do not bother me. I've never run away from a fight, and I can just tell you, he's not going to bully me, and I won't let him bully you either. I've been pretty blessed. There's nothing that Trump can do or hurt or say that can hurt me, but he has hurt a lot of other people, and that's why I'm running, to stand up for every American who has lost a job or who can't pay their college tuition or lost their insurance. My whole career, I have been a doer, and I believe we need less talk, less partisanship, less division, less tweeting. In fact, I make a commitment to you right now, when I'm in the Oval Office, there will be no tweeting ever again. Now, in all fairness, it is easy for me to say no tweeting since I can't spell. But then neither can Donald. Even though Donald and I are both from New York, the truth is we could not be more different. In fact, I bill myself as the un-Trump. Just think about it. He breaks promises, I keep them. He divides people, I unite them. He's a climate change denier. I'm an engineer. I actually believe in science. Imagine that. He tweets, I follow facts, respect data, and tell the truth. He looks out for people who inherited their wealth like him, and I'm self-made. And I'll raise the estate tax to generate some of the revenue we need to start fighting income inequality in this country. Now, you've all heard the slogan, Mike will get it done. Well, let me tell you what the it is in that slogan. It means winning this November and sending Donald Trump back to Mar-a-Lago permanently. But that's just the beginning, because getting it done means providing health insurance to every person here in Tennessee and across the country. And we can do it without a massive tax hike on the middle class and forcing people to give up their private insurance. We can do it by building on Obamacare and bringing down drug prices. Getting it done means passing sensible gun safety laws that protect our children and communities. Getting it done means making America a global leader in the fight against climate change. Getting it done means creating good jobs with higher wages. Getting it done means addressing discrimination and inequality. Getting it done means finally fixing our broken immigration system and creating a path to citizenship for the 11 million people who are living in the shadows. And getting it done means protecting a woman's right to choose and appointing judges who'll defend it. Now, it won't be easy, but I know we can do it, because unlike other candidates, I don't just talk about doing things. I listen to somebody over there who's saying. And thank you very much. Thank you very much. And we'll get back to you afterwards. I have a record of reaching across the aisle and getting things done. And I just wanted to give you a few quick examples. Other candidates talk about raising teachers' salaries. As mayor, I raised teachers' salaries in New York by 43%. You want the best teachers, you just got to pay them, folks. They talk about improving public schools. I raised graduation rates by more than 40%. They talk about improving health care. In New York, I cut the number of uninsured by 40%, improved care for mothers and babies, and raised life expectancy by 3 whole years. Now, I want to point out that if you have friends that you really love and you want them to be around for a while longer, send them to New York. And I can't guarantee everyone will live 3 years more, but on average, if you send enough friends, we're going to do that. Others talk about fighting climate change. I cut New York City's carbon footprint by 13%, and I've helped to create a grassroots movement to close more than 300 dirty, polluting coal-fired power plants across this country. Greener jobs and a greener planet. We can get this done together. We also talk about stopping gun violence. In New York City, we cut murders by 50%, and I've taken on the NRA by creating a gun safety group with 6 million members. We've passed stronger gun laws in more than 50 states, thanks to so many Moms Demand Action volunteers who really are the ones that made it happen. Now, let me be clear, my fellow Democrats in this race are all good people, and if one of them wins the nomination, God forbid, I will support him or her, because this election is just too important for our party to have the kind of divisions that we saw back in 2016. We just can't do that again. But I offer a different choice and a different type of leadership. I didn't spend my whole career in politics, and I don't just make speeches. I build teams, I nurture good ideas, and I hold myself accountable for results. Like I said, I am the un-Trump. And that's how I've always run my business, and that's how I ran New York City. I was elected only 7 weeks after 9/11, this devastating terrorist attack on our city. The city was in tatters and our economy was in recession. But I brought people together, and we created nearly 500,000 jobs and 175,000 units of affordable housing. We reduced street homelessness by 28%. We launched new programs to fight poverty, and we rebuilt our city stronger than ever. And over the past 2 decades, I've taken on the toughest fights and won. And I have taken on Donald Trump and won many times on gun safety, on coal pollution, on flipping the House blue in the 2018 elections, and I'm ready to do it again. But I can't do it alone. I need your help, I need your support, and I need your vote. In fact, I would love for you to vote early, but the work doesn't stop there. We also need supporters to knock on doors and make phone calls, and where better to find volunteers than in Tennessee? So if you want quality health insurance for everyone, if you want to combat inequality with fairer taxes and better jobs, if you support my commitment to quality public education, no matter what zip code you live in, if you share my belief in opportunity for all and not just for a few, if you are ready to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, and if you are ready to clean out the Oval Office and get things done, then please join our campaign and let's go win this. And thank you.